Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you. Welcome to Swa Education, myself Radha. Today we are going to start Unit 2nd, that is Food Microbiology of Paper 2 of Telangana Food Safety Officer. And the topic that we are going to discuss today is the characteristics of microorganism, morphology, structure as well as detection of bacteria. So today we are going to target this portion of food microbiology, hygiene and sanitation, that is unit 2nd of paper 2. So what is microorganism? So microorganism is made up of two terms, micro plus organism. Micro means extremely small in size, small size organism that we cannot recognize by the help of our eyes. We have to need microscope to visualize these microorganisms. So microorganisms are those organisms that due to their small size are imperceptible to the eye, means not recognizable to the eyes. Microorganisms are also known as microbe. Why? Because of their small size. And the organism have a very basic biological organization, that is a significant proportion of them have only a single cell, made up of single cell or unicellular in nature. In addition, they are characterized by numerous varieties of different shape and size. Means microorganisms are characterized on the basis of their shape and size, like bacteria are characterized like coccus, rod shape, comma shape. On the basis of their sizes and shape, they are characterized. So characteristics of microorganism. Microorganisms have a number of characteristics in common. First is their size is extremely small, that they are imperceptible to the naked eye. Metabolical reaction are very fast. Metabolical reaction like catabolism and anabolism, reactions are very fast and their relationship they have with the environment is very intense. They need water to metabolize. They develop dispersion and resistant mechanism. They can disperse from one place to another by the help of wind because of their size is very small and they are light in weight as well. They have the ability to alter the environment in which they are found. They reproduce at a high speed because they are semmelparous in nature. Its activity is indispensable for the life on the planet and they are the part of biogeochemical cycle like nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle that are carried out in the nature. And they are very light in weight, so they are transported in the air as well. Types of microorganism. Microorganism like viruses, algae, protozoa, fungus and bacteria. Microorganism or microbe. Microorganism also called microbe. And what do you mean by microorganism? Can't see with the naked eye. Those organisms are microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, fungus, algae, protozoa, archaea. So bacteria, single cell means unicellular, eat what around them. Antibiotic are a bacteria killing and vitamin C kills. So these are some properties of bacteria. Virus is 100x smaller than bacteria. Fungus include mold and yeast. Algae, teeny plants. Protozoa, multicellular and found everywhere. Archaebacteria, the most common significant characteristics of archaebacteria is that they survive in extremely environmental conditions like extreme marine, extreme hot temperature. So survive in extreme environment conditions. So what is virus? With the exception of prions, viruses are the smallest known agent of infectious disease. So, the structure of bacteriophage is like this, that consists of a capsid protein and nucleic acid as well. Nucleic acid as well. A nucleic acid can be double-stranded DNA, single-stranded DNA, double-stranded RNA, single-stranded RNA, linear or circular. But when we are talking about prions, they only consist of misfolded protein, not consist of nucleic acid. So with the exception of prion, viruses are the smallest known agent of infectious disease. Most viruses are extremely small, about 20 to 200 nanometer in diameter. Nanometer means very small in size and essentially round in shape. They consist of little more than a small piece of genetic material surrounded by a thin protein coating. So consist of nucleic acid as a genetic material and surrounded by a thin protein coating that is known as capsid protein coating. And some viruses also have a thin oblique fatty envelope surrounding their protein coat. Like bacteriophages are unenveloped, but some consist of fatty envelope surrounding their protein coat as well. Viruses are different from all the other infectious microorganisms because they are the only group of microorganisms that are entirely reliable on a host cell for application. Because viruses do not eat food. Instead, they seize materials and energy from the host cell by hijacking cellular machinery. Some scientists argue that they are more like complex molecules than living creatures. Viruses are known to infect nearly every type of organism on earth. Some viruses called bacteriophages even infect bacteria. Bacteriophage made up of two terms, bacteria plus phage. Phage means viruses. So the viruses which infect the bacteria are known as bacteriophages. So the most common property of viruses is that they totally entirely rely on the host cell for application. Because when they didn't come in contact with the living cell, they cannot replicate. But when they come into contact of a living cell, they can replicate by hijacking the cellular machinery of the host cell. For example, let's suppose it's a bacterial cell. And viruses that infect bacteria are known as bacteriophages. So, bacteriophages consist of genetic material. So now this virus come in contact with host cell, that is the bacterial cell. So what happen? It transfer its genetic material like nucleic acid in the bacterial cell, and this genetic material replicate inside bacterial cell and process lytic as well lysogenic cycle. In lysogenic cycle, the nucleic acid of the virus remain integrated with the bacterial cell in prophase, but in lytic cycle it replicate and burst the bacterial cell. So it means it hijack the cellular metabolism of bacteria for application. So bacteriophage consist of nucleic acid, that is DNA. This is the nucleic acid, and a thin protein covering that is known as capsid. This is collar and its long tail. These are spikes. It's called base plate and tail tube and sheet. Next one is bacteria. Bacteria are generally 10 to 100 times larger than virus. Means virus are small in size as compared to the bacteria. They are typically 1 to 3 micron in length and take the shape of the sphere or rod. Most bacteria consist of a ring of a DNA surrounded by cellular machinery, all contained with a fatty membrane. Means bacteria consist of a fatty membrane that can be peptidoglycan or lipopolysaccharide, depend upon gram positive or gram negative bacteria, and consist of a ring of a DNA. They acquire energy from the same essential source as human, including sugar, protein and fat. Some bacteria live and multiply in the environment, while others are adapted to life within human or animal host. Few bacteria can double in number every 15 minutes, while others take week or month to multiply, or we can say to make own copy. Bacteria cause many types of disease ranging from mild skin irritation to lethal pneumonia, depend upon the different bacteria. So bacterial cell, it consists of outer covering, that is capsule, cell wall, cell membrane, flagella, pili, plasmid DNA, ribosome and chromosome. And mesosome is the folding of plasma membrane that is used for respiration. Flagella for movement. Movement can be clockwise, that is known as tumbling, or can be anti-clockwise. And pili for conjugation. Ribosome for protein synthesis and consists of 70S ribosome. Plasmid DNA, circular extrachromosomal DNA, chromosomal DNA. How we can detect that either bacteria is gram positive or whether it's gram negative? So the principle that we follow to distinguish between gram positive and gram negative bacteria is called gram staining principle. So in which a bacteria are heat fixed to a slide. So let's suppose I have a bacteria. Is the agar medium consists of several kind of bacteria. So bacteria are heat fixed to a slide. Then we apply primary stain, that is crystal violet, and after few seconds we wash it. Then we add moderant, then decolorizer, that can be alcohol and acetone, then counter stain, that is safranin. So in case of gram positive, what result we see? The purple color. If the purple color is found, then the bacteria is gram positive, and when there is a presence of red color, then bacteria is gram negative. So gram positive bacteria consist of peptidoglycan. 90% of peptidoglycan, made up of peptidoglycan. But gram-negative bacteria majorly consist of lipopolysaccharide, layer of lipopolysaccharide, and 5 to 10% of peptidoglycan. Gram-positive bacteria also consist of teichoic acid. Clear? And gram-negative bacteria, lipid A and O antigen found. Next one is parasite. Parasite are a part of large group of organisms known as eukaryote. Parasite are different from bacteria or virus because their cell share many features with human cell, including a defined nucleus. So they show some kind of property with eukaryotes. Parasites are usually larger than bacteria, although some environmentally resistant form are nearly as small. Some parasites only replicate within a host organism, but some can multiply freely in the environment. Means mode of replication is both inside the host cell or outside the host cell, or we can say in environment. Parasite can be made up of one cell as in the case of Giardia, or many cells as with parasitic worm. In developing countries, unicellular parasites such as Plasmodium that cause malaria are a major source of disease. Waterborne parasites such as Giardia and Cryptosporidium are the most common cause of parasitic disease in the United States, and Eurofins CL does not currently offer testing against parasites. So parasites are larger than the bacterial viruses and somehow show some kind of similarity with eukaryotic organism and can replicate inside the host cell as well as freely in the environment. And Plasmodium, that is a major cause of malaria. Next one is fungus. Fungus are diverse in terms of shape, size and means of infecting human. Fungi are eukaryotes, meaning that like parasite, their cell have a true nucleus. Because when we are talking about prokaryotes and eukaryotes, in case of prokaryotes, true nucleus absent, but in eukaryotes, true nucleus present. So we can say if true nucleus is present in case of fungus, they are eukaryotes. They are most commonly found as environmentally resistant spore and mold, but can cause disease in human in the form of yeast. Fungus most often cause skin infection and pneumonia. Fungal diseases are particularly dangerous to immunocompromised people whose immunity are not strong as much, such as those suffering from HIV and AIDS. So fungus structure consists of hyphae, thin strand of cell that make up the fungus body, that is the thin strand, and its mycelium. Hyphae branch into larger mass. So thin strand of the fungus body, and then it branch into larger mass. It's called hyphae, but when it hyphae branched, then it known as mycelium. So what grow above the ground? So hyphae and mycelium grow underground, but above the ground fruiting body. That is a reproductive structure. So inside the fruiting body, spores are present. So they form spores, spore producing structure. So thank you so much everyone. If you find this video beneficial for you, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel for more such kind of videos. And if you have any query regarding this lecture, you can comment down below.